Welcome to the Pearl Echo product video tour. When you log into the Pearl Echo Management Console, select View Users Internet Activity, and you are immediately presented with a log of real-time Internet activity. You can refresh your activity log at any time by pressing the F5 key or selecting the New Log button from the application toolbar. Internet activity is presented to you by source, which is the type of Internet activity being logged. This can be web, FTP, email, news, chat, or IM. The Site column displays the address of the Internet activity being logged. This can be a web or FTP address. It can also be an email address, news group name, chat channel, or instant messaging ID. The Subject column displays the subject or title of the activity being logged. For email and news groups, this will be the text that appears in the message subject line. For web activity, the web page title will appear here. The Date column displays the date and time of the Internet activity being logged. The Control column displays the Pearl Echo control that you have configured to restrict access to Internet content. Examples include keywords, categories, time controls, block lists, and allow lists. If a category block has occurred, you can right-click on the entry to reveal the selected category that caused the web page to be blocked. The User column shows the Microsoft Windows Network or local login name of the user being managed. The Computer column displays the Windows computer name associated with the computer being managed. Pearl Echo can also be configured to show the physical address of the machines being managed, as well as data checks that validate the authenticity of the logged data should legal verification be called into question. Selecting any entry in the Pearl Echo activity log will reveal more information about the logged activity. Clicking on an email or news group posting will display the content of sent and received transactions. Right-clicking on an email entry will reveal if attachments were sent with the email and even allow you to decode the monitored attachments in order for you to view them from the Pearl Echo server. Keep in mind that even though Pearl Echo is not a spam filter, Pearl Echo will allow you to filter emails. We'll discuss email control later in this video. Clicking on the chat entry will display the text of the captured chat or instant message activity. The Pearl Echo activity log can get fairly overwhelming rather quickly. As such, the Pearl Echo Command Console includes a variety of tools that help you pair the data to isolate specific transactions. More importantly, however, is the built-in Report Manager that provides you with a means to synthesize all of this data into useful information. We'll cover the Pearl Echo Report Manager in detail later in this video. Pearl Echo offers flexible and independent control of each type of Internet activity. Internet control profiles are easily created based on your Active Directory user and group names. If you are not using Active Directory, not to worry. Pearl Echo allows you to create Internet control profiles based on domain users and groups, as well as local login names. There are a number of Internet control strategies available for your use. In our first example, we are going to create an Internet control profile for the group called Shipping. First, we will select the Shipping group from the list of available Active Directory groups that the Pearl Echo server automatically obtained from one of your domain controllers. Next, we create the access levels we desire for the Shipping group. In this example, we're going to allow members of the Shipping group to have access to a handful of websites, no FTP. We will allow all email and news groups, and we're going to block all chat activity. Since our Internet control profile allows the Shipping group to access only listed websites, the next step in our profile setup is to define the sites to which users in the Shipping group can access. To do so, we simply add the desired sites to the Shipping profile's Web Allow list. In this example, we're going to add UPS and FedEx to the Web Allow list. We can also add entries to a Pearl Echo control list by right-clicking on applicable entries in the Pearl Echo activity log. Once the Allow list is saved, all users that belong to the domain group called Shipping will have access to only the 2 websites we defined: no access to FTP, chat, or IM, and full access to mail and news groups. All users that don't belong to the domain group called Shipping will be managed by the user or group Internet Control profile that you create. If a specific profile is not created for a user or group, your customized default Pearl Echo Internet Access profile will take effect. Pearl Echo can also be configured to block or warn you when incoming and outgoing content contains a user-defined set of keywords. The primary focus of this feature is to protect against the dissemination of private information or company-sensitive data. This feature can also be used to block content that contains offensive material. By way of example, we will create a second Internet Control profile called Accounting based on the Active Directory group of the same name. We will block users and be notified if any employee in the accounting group sends or receives content with the word projections or 10Q. We will also extend the security to encoded attachments. That's right, Pearl Echo will decode email attachments in real time and verify that they don't violate your new policy even before they are sent or received. To complete this example, we simply need to add the desired words or phrases to the accounting profile's keyword block list. Once the changes propagate to the workstation agent, which typically takes 2.5 to 3 minutes, any violation of this policy will show up highlighted in the Pearl Echo activity log, and the transaction will be blocked. Pearl Echo also has an optional web content categorization module called Echo Filters. Echo Filters is Pearl Software's comprehensive, automatically updating web URL filtering database designed to simplify the administration of Internet use. Using the Echo Filters module, you can choose from over 40 categories from which to block, as well as run reports on users accessing websites in these categories. For our Accounting Internet Access profile, we will easily extend our keyword blocking to include web pages containing adult content, music and media sites, download sites, and sites known to contain spyware and other harmful applications. That's right, you can use Pearl Echo with Echo Filters to fight spyware before it ever makes it into your network, as opposed to trying to clean it up after it's already done its damage. Another Internet Access control feature for use is Pearl Echo's time controls. To demonstrate time controls, let's go back to our Shipping Internet Access profile and allow employees in the shipping department to have free but monitored Internet access during their lunch hour. We do this by selecting the days and hours during which a profile can access the Internet and selecting the appropriate option. As many people use the Internet as an efficient means to take care of personal business, this is a very effective way of balancing the oversight needs of the organization with real-world personal needs of your workforce. As you see from the screen, you can also completely deny access or provide open, unmonitored access to the Internet Control profile during various times and days. It should be apparent that there are a number of ways to control access to the various sections of the Internet. Creating useful and meaningful Internet reports and analysis is done in the Pearl Echo Report Manager. When you start the Pearl Echo Report Manager, you are first presented with a list of standard reports that can be customized and saved for future use. Over 75 reports are available from the report tree view, including top usage reports, bandwidth utilization, time spent at specific sites and domains, time spent accessing categorized content like sports, shopping, or adult sites, as well as costs associated with Internet usage. To run a report, simply select the report and set the applicable report parameters. For this demonstration, we'll select Cost at Website by User. Next, specify the date range over which your data will be analyzed. We'll set the report to look at Internet activity that occurred during the previous month. Next, select the group of users to be included in the report. For this example, we'll include users in the accounting group. The available groups are based on your Active Directory groups that Perl Echo automatically detects and presents. In addition, you can create custom report groups if you're not using Active Directory, or if you want to group users independently of your AD structure. More on report groups momentarily. Since we are running a cost online report, we'll need to define an average wage to associate with this group of users. For this example, we'll use $20 an hour. The final step in creating this report is defining the data against which the report will be run. There are a number of data sources from which to choose. You can select data from the real-time log of Internet activity. You can also select all the data from your Perl Echo data archive. You may also run the report against data in the active window that you may have created by filtering and sorting through the real-time Perl Echo activity log. Once your report parameters are set, simply click on the Run Report button to generate the report. From the Report Preview screen, you can view your report and drill down into specific entries that may be of interest to you. While we're here, let's take a quick look at the Cost at Category report. This is similar to the report we just saw. However, this report uses the optional Echo Filters category module to detail the type of web usage being accessed. The standard and custom reports that you create can be run ad hoc or scheduled to be run and distributed automatically. Before we review how to automate the report process, let's take a quick detour and review how report groups are created and modified. In the previous example, we ran a report for users in the accounting department. The available users that can be added to a group are gathered from your domain's Active Directory, or in the absence of Active Directory, the server's access control list. You can also manually add user names or import them from the text file that you create. In this example, we're going to create a group of users that the company's CFO has asked to keep an eye on. We'll call the new group Accounting Watch Group, which will be based on a subset of users that belong to the Active Directory Accounting Group. To do so, first we select the Accounting Group from the list of domain groups. Next, we add users to our new report group by selecting the users in the Available Users list and moving them to the Selected Users list. Next, we select the Save As button and define our Accounting Watch group. Once the group is defined, it is then available in the Reports tab to be used when defining new reports. We'll change our standard cost report to use this new group and save the report as one of our custom groups. Now that we have a report set up, let's review the steps necessary to automate the reporting process. Perl Echo reports can be scheduled to be published to any accessible directory, including an organization's intranet, so users can easily view reports through their web browser. Reports can also be automatically generated and distributed by email using Perl Echo's built-in emailer. For this example, we'll schedule our custom report to be emailed to the CFO. We'll set the report to be created every Monday morning at 10 a.m. We'll also configure the report to be published to the corporate intranet to be reviewed by HR. To schedule our report, we first select the report from the report list tree view. Next, we select Weekly from the Schedule Report dropdown. choose the day we want to run the report and time of day the report should be run. To save the report to our intranet, we select Output to File, set the file format to HTML, and specify the location where we want to save the report. To set the report manager to automatically email our report, select Send via Email. Select a file format and enter the email addresses that should receive the report. That's it. Reports are now ready to be generated and distributed automatically. This concludes the Perl Echo program demonstration. For more detail on these and other Perl Echo features and to contact Perl Software, please do so by utilizing the contact information highlighted here.